Friday. Okay, so this video could get a little overwhelming. Okay, so I will tell you the two main things you just need to remember with your kiddo. But then if you would like to know some of the reasons why English is the way it is, then you can listen to the whole thing. Okay, so we have been talking a lot about vowels, vowels, vowels. Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. Okay, so vowels are so important, right? And we had our different syllable types because of our vowels, although we've not covered this one. We've talked about our different syllable types and we've gone over all of that. So I have already actually spotted all the vowels already, okay? This is how you could code it if you wanted to. So I've spotted the vowels, but we haven't really talked about other chunks like diagraphs or some other guides, okay? So I'm kind of lumping like easy diagraphs and harder diagraphs, but then also some guides or rules. We call them guides because they don't always follow exactly, but if you remember the guide, it will help you with a majority of words, okay? So hopefully this will help. We're gonna go over, I've already spotted, but then we're gonna go over, I say chunking it, okay? We're gonna chunk it and then slide, okay? So we will have some different vowel types in there. So let me zoom in on just our H's, okay? So we call these the H brothers, and we do have a motion for all of them. We have ch, sh, or th, and we have wha, okay? Some people say hua. I don't say hua when I say what, so I just say wha. So I wanted to show you, here's my vowel R. I'm still spotting, I don't know if you noticed, here's my vowel R, but now I have a chunk in there. Do you see my chunk? I've got that ch. So now I'm gonna slide chart. So see how I spotted, chunked it, slid. Spotted, chunked it, slid. Okay, here I go again, I spot my vowel. Here's my chunk, I'm gonna go sh. Okay, so if you notice already, the two main things I'm saying is I'm still spotting my vowel, sweetie. Okay, so that's what you could say to your kiddo. Don't forget to spot your vowel, but then is there a chunk in there? And that's really, as parents, what you should be asking. You don't have to remember all these chunks. Remember, hopefully then they could tell you based off of what level they're on and things that I've taught them or things that their teachers have taught them, okay? So let's spot our vowel, oo or This one could do either way. And then I have a chunk in there. So now I go tooth, tooth, okay? You see that? Spot my vowel. Oh, there's a part by heart in there. My A says So I don't know if you're noticing, but I'm showing you all the vowel types, all the syllable types and rules. So now I've got a part by heart that I have to remember. The A says okay. But then my chunk or my diagraph is wha. So I'm gonna go what? Okay, do you see that? So those are my H brothers. Ch, sh, or th, and then wha. And that's how we can find that. Again, you don't have to remember all of those H brothers. If you remind your kiddo, spot your vowel, and then is there a chunk in there before we slide? Okay, some kids, because if we're really reading, we might spot and then while we slide, see the chunk. That's really what we're looking for, okay, is to be able to see these things while you slide, okay? Let's move over to a little bit, we're getting to a little bit harder stuff. This is more guides, okay? Oops, sorry, I have a little flea that's hanging out. But I wanted to group these together for your brain, okay? So let me try and just get that in there because I don't want you to look at the other stuff. Okay, so these guides followed the same rule. So I thought I'd lump them together for you. So hopefully that helps your brain, okay? They deal with ending sounds or sometimes ending diagraphs or just ending spellings, okay, that are represent. So all three of these have, I don't know if you noticed, but if it has a lonely little vowel, one little vowel, then it has to have a defender, which means that you have to add a sound to the end of it, okay? I have to add a sound to the end of the sound. So if it has two vowels in some way, two vowels, okay? Two vowels, then it doesn't want the defender. So let me walk you through that, okay? So if my last sound in my word is k, most of the time it is spelled with a K or a CK, not a C, okay? So if I have a little, then I need defender C. So that makes my chunk CK. Do you see that? If I have two vowels, then I don't need the C. You see how that works? If I have a lonely little vowel, I need defender C, okay? That's what makes me a chunk there, okay? So same here. If I have a lonely little vowel, see how I only have one vowel? Then I need defender T for the ch sound. So if ch is at the end, it's going to be spelled two different ways. It's going to either be spelled TCH, and same when you read it, yeah, and then I'm going to go with ch. This is all a ch sound. So see, that's like an advanced diagraph, we call it, okay? If it has two vowels, then I have just the CH. Do you see that though? Ch, ch, k, k. Defender, defender, okay? Again, I told you this gets a little harder. This is for our higher kids, okay? For our older kids. Both these spellings are for the j sound because we know that when G is followed by an E, it says j, okay? So these are both for the j sound. If it's a lonely little vowel, then I'm gonna have defender D, okay? J, badge. And then that also is, if I see that D, then I know this is a lonely little vowel, okay? Badge. If I do not see a lonely little, or if I do not see defender D, then I know this is going to go, what's your name? Or it's going to have two vowels, R, and then, but it's still going to say J. Okay, so what's your name makes the U say you or oo, huge. Okay, so these are tricky spellings. Again, you're going to say, is there a spot your vowel and is there a chunk? You might have to say, is there a guide for that? Okay, but really, if you say chunk, hopefully then that will also, because I use them interchangeably, hopefully that will help them to go, oh yeah, a guide or a chunk or a guide. Okay, and that's how I kind of say it. I say, is there a chunk in there, or is there, what guide do you know? So again, as parents, vowel, just say chunk or guide. Okay, I think there's a chunk in there. Again, this is a little tricky, right? And we do get a little bit harder. Okay, so let's keep moving. I think you can do it. Again, only if you want to know a bunch of different things about English and stop saying English is so hard, even though English is so hard. But hopefully this will help a little bit. All right, these three I have lumped together because they have silent letters, okay? And we have little sayings that we do for them. The W doesn't make a sound, the K doesn't make a sound, and the B doesn't make a sound. So we say, like right, and we write. So see, what's your name? Now I have this chunk in here. Do you see? And it says so I'm gonna go right. Do you see that? Spot my vowel. Same here, we're gonna go, oh, I have a KN. We say like no, like I know that. So now I spot my vowel. OW can say ow or o. Do you see that? Ow, ow or o, and then no. Okay. Last one is okay. Like Mary had a little lamb. So then we spot our vowel It's gonna say because it has an M behind it. But then I have a chunk in there that says so lamb. Okay. Again, all this is a little difficult. Just take what you can get from it. And then our last ones are probably ones you've actually learned as a kiddo. Your G, if it says G or J. So a G usually says G. If it has what's your name, makes the A say A, but then I have game. But if it has an E, I, or a Y, it can say J. It can still say G, but you should try the J first, okay? So then I see, this has an E behind it. So it says J, gem, okay? Because it has an E, I, or Y. E or Y behind it, you try the J sound, okay? Same with C. So both of these are the same. Both of these are the same guides or rules, okay? Guides. So if I have a C that says k, oh, there's a part by heart. See my part by heart? Ah. So then I'm going to go call. But if I have an E, I, or a Y behind it, then it's going to say the sound, okay? Because it has that E. Sell. Okay. So again, yes, this is a lot. This is a lot for our brains. I know I did a whole bunch, but here's the thing. As a parent, all you need to remember is to say, if they had trouble with their vowel, say, honey, check that vowel again. If they didn't see the chunk, just say, what do we do then? Chunk it. Or you could say, what is your strategies? Okay, so hopefully they would say chunk it or what's the guide. So hopefully this was helpful and not too long. But again, if you take anything, just take this lingo to help with all of this. Thanks for joining me. All right, see you later. Have a great weekend.